Hey, what is going on, everybody? We're back here today, the 2K universe mode. We're getting deep into it. We're in the month of February, so this month we're going to go through the month of February. We got WWE Clash at the Castle coming up, followed at the end of the month by NXT No Mercy. Like we do every episode, we're going to go ahead and do a rundown of our champions. On the Raw side, we got Randy Orton's our title holder. Karrion Kross, our IC title. DIY is still our tag champions. Bobby Lashley is our United States champion. Moving on over to NXT here. We have Ethan Page, our NXT champion. Briggs and Jensen, our tag title holders. Butch is our international champion. Jack Cartwheel is our heritage champion. Gigi Dolan's our women's title holder. And Lash Legend is our women's North American champion. Over here on SmackDown, we have Rhea Ripley, our women's champion. Bianca and Jade continue to reign as our tag champions. Tiffany Stratton, our United States champion, and Lola Vice is our Divas title holder. So alright, now that we got that out of the way, we're going to jump right into our episode. Kicking things off with Monday Night Raw. Alright, to start things off, we have Roman Reigns with a victory over Drew McIntyre. Tama Tonga gets a win over Ludwig. The Miz defeats R-Truth. I feel like these guys have been feuding for a while. Kofi and Xavier get a win over the Usos. We have Damian Priest with a victory over Ivar. Nakamura with a win over Jacob Fatu. Gunther defeats Cody Rhodes. The Rock picks up a big win over Seth Rollins. And our main event for the IC title, Karrion Kross retains in a no-holds-barred match over Baron Corbin. Next up, we have NXT. Alright, kicking things off, we have Tyler Breeze with a win over Nathan Frazier. Chase Yu gets a win over Kemp and Wolfgang. Mark Coffey with a victory over Stax. Tyler Bate defeats Charlie Dempsey. Eve Torres defeats Indy Hartwell. Dragon Lee gets a win over Omos. We have Tegan Knox with a victory over Wendy Chu. Butch defeats Trick Williams. And our main event for the NXT tag titles, Brooks and Briggs retain. They defeat Noam Dar and Oro. Got some big title matches this episode. Pretty cool. Alright, kicking things off on SmackDown. And we have an Extreme Rules match. Rhea Ripley defeats Lyra. We have a tag match. Dakota and Bayley over Lita and Tiffany. Ivy Nile defeats Sol Ruka. Nia Jax over Zelina Vega. We have a triple threat TLC match with Naomi picking up a victory over Scarlett and Zoe Stark. Elektra Lopez and Beth Phoenix defeat Nikki Cross and Shayna Baszler. Bianca and Jade continue their winning ways when they get a victory over Carrie and Asuka. Charlotte Flair defeats Liv Morgan in a submission match. In our main event, we have Alba and Isla over Piper and Chelsea Green. Alright, starting week 2, Monday Night Raw. We have Kevin Owens picking up a big win over Drew McIntyre. Baron Corbin over Carmelo Hayes. Ludwig over Chad Gable. We have a fatal 4-way match with Nakamura picking up a victory over Dragunov, Karrion Kross, and Andrade. Triple threat match, we have Bobby Lashley defeating The Miz and R-Truth. Alex Shelley gets a singles match victory over Damian Priest. Seth Rollins defeats Cody Rhodes. I can't remember that dude's name, but one of Imperium, the dude that I never got talked about. He's a special guest referee for some reason. John Cena in his retirement tour, he picks up a big win over Gunther. And we have Ivar defeating Jey Uso in our main event. NXT is coming up next. Alright, kicking things off in a fatal 4-way match, Indy picks up a victory over Eve, Roxanne, and Lash Legend. Trick Williams with a victory over Dijak. Trick Williams had Joey Janela, the Wild Man, in his corner. Chase U, man, they just ain't getting those victories. They lose to Noam Dar and Blake Christian. Tyler Bate gets a victory over Joe Gacy. Stacks with a win over Joe Coffey. Tyler Breeze defeats Wolfgang. Tegan Knox with a win over Carmella. Dragon Lee defeats Bronson Lee, man. First it was almost, now it's Bronson Reed. He's taking on those big guys. In our main event, we have the main event man himself, Matt Cardona, defeating Ethan Page. Alright, on to SmackDown. Alright, we got Lyra kicking things off with a win over Raquel Rodriguez. Ilsa picks up a win over Caden. Scarlett defeats Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss gets a victory over Zelina Vega. Maxine Dupree gets a win over Chelsea Green. Beth Phoenix defeats Maurice. We have a triple threat, 6-superstar triple threat tornado tag match. Bianca and Jade, man, they just continue to dominate, defeating Dakota and Bayley and Asuka and Kerry. We have Charlotte Flair with a victory over Liv Morgan. In our main event, we have Tiffany Stratton and Zoe Stark getting a victory over Sol Ruka and Natalia. Alright, this is a week leading up to Clash at the Castle. Kicking things off on Monday Night Raw, we have LA Knight picking up a victory over Nakamura. Tozawa gets a victory over The Miz. We have a tag team match with Tommaso Ciampa and R-Truth defeating Ludwig and Giovanni. Giovanni, that's the dude that was a guest referee the last episode. We have Finn Balor picking up a victory over Razar. Baron Corbin over Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre gets a victory over Cody Rhodes. Gunther defeats CM Punk. Seth Rollins in a backstage brawl defeats Roman Reigns. Attacked him from behind. We have a triple threat match in our main event with The Rock picking up a big victory over Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Alright, moving on to NXT. Kicking things off on NXT, we have Tyler Bate defeating Butch. Duke Hudson, singles action, defeating Stax. Wendy Chu with a victory over Indy. Almost gets his revenge and defeats Dragon Lee. We have a tag match. The Coffee Bros defeats Brooks and Josh. We have Tyler Breeze defeating Nathan Frazier. Tegan Knox with a win over JC Jane. Our co-main event, we have Matt Cardona defeating Ethan Page once again. In our main event, the women's United States titles on the line, and Lash Legend defeats Phelan Henley to retain. Alright, our final show leading into Clash at the Castle. A lot of title matches this month. Kicking things off on SmackDown, we have Rhea Ripley over Zelina Vega. Ivy, Nile, and Zoe Stark defeat Caden and Katana. Nikki Cross with a victory over Zoe Stark. Becky Lynch and Lola team up to defeat Alba and Ilsa. I can never pronounce her name, man. That's tricky for me. Tiffany Stratton defeats, oh my god, I'm all mixed up. Tiffany Stratton with a victory over Sol Ruka. Nia Jax with a victory over Lyra. We have Beth Phoenix picking up a win over Lita. Trish Stratus comes up on top over Michelle McCool. In our main event, we have Charlotte Flair defeating Raquel Rodriguez. Charlotte Flair's been on a roll. Alright, next up, we have Clash at the Castle coming your way. Let's see what we got in store on this card. The Women's United States titles on the line, a Fatal 4-Way. The Men's United States title is going to be an Extreme Rules triple threat. Last man standing for the IC title. Tag titles are on the line. The women's tag titles are on the line. In our co-main event, we have Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton for the men's title. In our main event, we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the women's title. Alright, so kicking things off in our Fatal 4-Way match, we have a new Women's United States Champion as Ivy Nile defeats Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky, and Naomi. So, title change right off bat. And in our second match, an Extreme Rules match triple threat, we have another new champion. Both United States champions have changed hands today as The Miz defeats Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. Alright, we have a last man standing match. Karrion Kross retains his IC title as he defeats Baron Corbin. We have a tag title match. DIY cannot come out on top, and the tag team titles are going back to Finn and Damien. Alright, but things aren't so lucky here because Bianca and Jade continue to dominate. They retain their titles over Asuka and Kairi Sane. I mean, they're pretty much unstoppable at this point. Alright, our co-main event for the men's world title. Randy Orton loses it, and we have a new world heavyweight champion with Seth freaking Rollins. And in our main event for the women's world title, we have Rhea Ripley. She defends successfully and picks up a victory over Becky Lynch. I think Dom was out there causing a distraction though, so yeah, I'm gonna check out the news here. So yeah, Ivy Nile, our new women's United States champion. The Miz, our new men's United States champion. Finn and Damien get those tag titles back, and Seth frickin' Rollins, he is our new world heavyweight champion. Alright, so this is a week leading up to No Mercy. Kicking things off on Monday Night Raw, coming after that big pay-per-view. We have LA Knight with a victory over Andrade and Nakamura. We have Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, with a victory over Braun and Baron. We have Kit Wilson and Solo picking up a victory over Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. We have Brutus in singles action with a victory over Johnny Gargano. We have Finn Balor picking up a victory over Eric. John Cena continues his winning streak on his retirement tour with a victory over Gunther. Seth Rollins, after picking up that gold, gets a victory over Randy Orton. And in our main event, we have The Miz picking up a victory over Tozawa. Alright, NXT. Kicking things off, we have Tyler Breeze with a victory over Nathan Frazier. Noam Dar gets a win over Brooks Jensen. Duke Hudson over Channing Stacks Lorenzo. We have some tag action with Ova and Damian Kemp with a victory over Charlie Dempsey and Omos. Triple threat action, Indy picks up the win over Carmella and Eve. We have a steel cage match in the middle of the card with Axiom defeating Tyler Bate. Roxanne Perez over Tegan Knox. Bronson Reed continues to get his revenge on Dragon Lee. He picks up the victory. In our main event, we have Lexis King defeating Dijak. Thursday night SmackDown's coming up next. Alright, kicking things off, we have Beth Phoenix over Shayna Baszler. Zoe Stark defeats Sol Ruka. We have some 6 superstar triple threat tornado tag action going down with Ilsa and Alba picking up a victory over Asuka and Kerry and Kaden and Katana. More tag team action. We have Jade Cargill and Mighty Molly teaming up together to defeat Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Zelina Vega defeats Raquel Rodriguez. Triple threat match with Trish Stratus defeating Maxine Dupree and Michelle McCool. Lyra, she picks up a victory over Becky Lynch. We have Liv Morgan getting a victory over Charlotte Flair. Get some revenge there. And in our main event, we have a special guest referee, Nia Jax. And as for the Divas title, Lola Vice defeats Valhalla. Alright. Last PLE before Stand and Deliver for NXT. Alright. So, kicking things off, the women's United States or North American title. We got a triple threat match here. We got some tornado tag action for the titles. Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way. We got a one-on-one match. We got an ambulance match with Shotzi and Gigi. In our main event, we have Cardona trying to take that title away from Ethan Page. He's had his number lately. So let's kick things off. Lash Legend, she retains her title as she defeats Tegan Knox and Phelan Henley in a triple threat match. Brooks and Briggs, man, they continue to win as they defeat Noam Dar and Oro to retain their titles in a tornado tag. We have a Fatal 4 Extreme Rules match. We have a new champion, Jack Cartwheel. He picks up that Heritage title as he defeats Gringo Loco, Nathan Frazier, and Ridge Holland. Congratulations to Cartwheel. All right, that international title's on the line, and Butch retains as he defeats Tyler Bate. Butch had Sheamus in his corner in this match. One-on-one ambulance match. This is to settle the score. Gigi Dolan retains as she defeats Shotzi. In our main event, Ethan Page, after a couple weeks of Matt Cardona getting his number, he retains his title and defeats Matt Cardona. Also, Jack Cartwheel must have won that title in a different week, because it doesn't even say that he won the title here. Alright. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of weird. We'll have to check that out really quick. So yeah, I don't know when Jack Cartwheel picked that up. But yeah, last I knew Gringo Loco was, and I didn't see them fight for the title, so alright, well that's a current list of our champions here on NXT. So alright, if we check out our calendar, we actually we're gonna do 2 more episodes after this. We're gonna stop the episode here for today. Next episode, we're gonna go all through March, and then for April, we're gonna finish it off with Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania. So yeah, got another couple big episodes to go. Well, March probably won't be too big. We don't got any PLEs, but we'll get through some stuff, but we'll kick it off strong in April. Like I said, our 2 final shows before the season's over. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you feel like it, like, subscribe, leave comments. Anything helps the channel. Always appreciated. And I hope you guys have the rest of your good day, and I will see you soon on the next one.